Hi, my name is Grace, and welcome to my recap and review channel. So, there's this app running around the App Store, and I am going to be recapping a movie about this app. The movie is called Countdown. Enjoy. We see a party. At the party, people are having a good time, and a group of friends are playing a game but decide to ditch it after learning about an app that predicts your death. And the game is whoever dies first drinks all the drinks on the table. They all download it, and after Courtney's countdown says she only has 3 hours to live, her friends tell her boyfriend, who feels bad that she has to finish all the drinks and finishes them for her. After the party, Courtney and Evan get in the car, but Court doesn't want to get in a car with drunk Evan, so she decides to walk home. The Countdown app says, "User agreement broken," and she checks the app, which says she has 7 minutes left. She continues to walk and someone is following her. When she turns around, the person gets in his car and drives away. She sees trash that looks like a person. The app makes screaming noises and Courtney runs home and locks her door. The app goes crazy with noises as it shows she only has 1 minute left, so she shuts off her phone. She goes to the bathroom to drink water. She hears something, so she opens the shower curtain, but nothing is there. She hears something else and reaches for the shower curtain, and the app screams, making her drop her water glass. And something pulls her up to the ceiling and kills her as her countdown reaches 0 seconds. At that moment, Evan's car crashes into a tree and a branch went through the passenger seat, the seat Courtney would have been in if she stayed in the car. The title appears. Quinn gets off the elevator and brings food to patients. Dr. Sullivan asks her to take over an IV, which she does. She passes by Evan's room and sees he hasn't eaten his breakfast. She finds him in a restricted area of the hospital, and Evan tells Quinn he needs a minute. Quinn tells him it's normal to be nervous and that surgery can be scary and that he's gonna be fine. Evan tells her about the crash and about the app. Amy sees Quinn and Evan come out of the restricted area. She tells Quinn to follow her. She gets surprised with cake to celebrate that she's officially a nurse. Quinn tells everyone there about Countdown. Scott sends it to everyone else. Just then the elevator opens. They inject the girl with Narcan. Quinn puts away her scrubs and gets her purse. She downloads Countdown and fills out her information and accepts the terms and conditions without reading them. Her countdown says she only has 2 days left to live. Correction, she has today to die. What? She drives to her apartment and calls her friend Scott for help filling out her I-9 and asks what she does if she doesn't have a passport. He tells her to use her birth certificate, so she goes to her dad's house and finds it. Her sister asks what she's doing here, and Quinn says that she had to grab a few things for work. Jordan implies she's never home and goes to her room. Quinn goes to Jordan's door and tells her that she's officially a nurse. The dad comes out and hugs Quinn. Nurse Amy tells Evan if he has to use the bathroom to use it now. He starts to leave when the countdown says user agreement broken. He sees a black cloaked figure in the mirror, which scares him. He goes into a stairway. The lights go out and the countdown app says 1 minute. The zombie of Courtney kills him as his countdown reaches 0. The next day, Quinn gets her scrubs from the locker and sees Dr. Sullivan telling Evan's parents he passed. Quinn asks if they packed up his room yet and tells Rachel Nurse Amy needs her. She gets his phone and sees she needs his thumbprint to get into his phone. She goes to the morgue and uses his thumbprint to get in, but it needs Face ID. She opens his eyes and gets into his phone and sees his countdown was up. She sits down staring at her countdown, which says 1 day. Quinn calls her dad to say she can't make it Saturday to visit her mom's grave because I guess that's when she's going to die. Her phone says user agreement broken, and she goes down the hallway and a cloaked figure is in a patient's room. Her phone says user agreement broken again. I'm not sure why. At home, she researches apps that won't delete and tries to delete Countdown. Then she researches Countdown Death App and reads an article about Courtney. Then watches a video about someone else who downloaded the app, and all the comments says it's fake. She closes her computer and sees dead Evan. She gets scared, and the app screams, so she throws it and stomps on it. Wait, doesn't the app only scream when you're like a few hours from death? She has a day left. She sleeps in her car. Her sister knocks on the car window. They go back to the apartment. Jordan sees a notification from Countdown and asks what it is. Quinn asks for a brand new phone and gets it. The app screams, and this is when Quinn realized the app is on this phone too. She gets in her car and sees she only has 21 hours left. She backs up and almost hits someone. She sees the same black cloaked figure in the camera, but when she looks back, it disappears. She looks at the camera again, and it's there, and then she looks back, and it's not. She looks at the camera once more, and it's gone. Just then, a creature from the back seat covers Quinn's mouth and makes her slam her foot on the pedal, making the car go backwards and hits the person's car from before. Quinn staggers out of the car, terrified. A guy comes out of the phone store and scares him off. He tells Quinn that he's gonna die too. They talk about the app in a bar and get a random guy to download it so they can read the terms and conditions. They do. They go ask the priest in the church in the hospital for help. He gives them the address for another priest who is more qualified to help. Matt goes to the bathroom and sees a little boy walk through the stall walls. The lights go out, and he uses the flashlight on his phone to see. His dead younger brother pounces on him. The lights come back on, and a janitor asks if he's all right. They leave and go to the address of the priest that's more qualified. And he says that the app reminds him of a story about a prince whose dad was in bad shape, so it was up to him to lead the army into battle. He asks a gypsy woman if he will survive, and she hands him a scroll with the exact moment of his death. It's during battle. She says to not use this to save yourself, which the prince agrees. But he sends his little brother into battle instead. But his brother doesn't die. He goes back to the gypsy and says the demon Ozin was coming to torment him up until he's supposed to die. The priest thinks the Countdown app is a modern version of what the gypsy did. Quinn and Matt go to see the phone repair shop guy, and he hacks into the app. He changes his own countdown, he changes her sister's countdown, and he changes Quinn and Matt's. Quinn invites Matt to stay the night, and his arm is around her, and the lights go out. A monster hand is around Quinn. Her app screams and goes back to its original countdown. So did Matt's. Quinn calls Jordan to warn her. Jordan's app screams and it goes back to how it was before. She gets scared and hides under the bed. Something moves the bed and Jordan screams. Jordan, Quinn, and Matt all go to the church. They make a protection circle. He has 2 minutes left on his countdown. Matt's phone goes crazy with noise, and Matt's younger brother Chevy appears, and Matt gets dragged outside, and Matt dies as his countdown reaches 0. Jordan's phone screams and she only has a minute left. Ozen throws Jordan through a glass window. Quinn injects herself with a drug. After showing her how, Jordan injects Quinn with Narcan. She wakes up, and the curse is broken. Jordan, Quinn, and their dad bring flowers to their mom's grave. Quinn gets an alert on her phone that Countdown 2.0 is now installed. Thanks so much for watching my Countdown recap. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and comment down below. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye!